So I wanted to talk about Zelenskyy. He's in a period right now where he feels like he's getting justice from his previous, what he did. I never saw a problem with it. I kind of got what he tried to do. His people, though, the Ukrainian people, energetically come up as kind of immature and just want things to be kind of surface level. Like when they had their demonstrations, it sounded more like we need to make EU see and feel like we actually mean what we are saying, and we needed to get into EU, and that is not what anybody actually is telling them or want them to kind of move towards. The question or the issue is, if you never get into EU, like ever, that is just closed forever. What kind of country would you like to be? You kind of have to have that feeling of, I want justice, I want everything to you can still learn from EU. Like Sweden has a really good structure on things, really innovative. You can still like take those things that is very much for like evolved EU country, and you can still implement it in Ukraine, even if you're not part of EU. And they need to feel it. Like you need to want to don't have a corrupt government. Everything is just smooth. You have the innovations, you have the economy. Like everybody wants to come and visit Ukraine instead of Ukraine going to everybody else, because that is usually what happens when EU let a new country in. Everybody just travels to where like the old EU countries are, because everybody wants the benefits, and this is what everybody has told me, like the jobs, and have this high pay, all the benefits, and now we had that problem with Poland before. Now Poland is doing better than Sweden, I've heard, which is great. I was so happy when I heard that people actually are saying that is better. Swedish people are moving to Poland almost. But it's also kind of sad that the Polish people didn't stay and kind of build up their own country. They left, even if I don't judge anybody for doing so. But that is the feeling. Like the European countries know this. This is, and the same for people in Romania. Romania is trying to get everybody back, and the only thing we hear is, yeah, but I have benefits in England. I have children, so I want the education. And in Sweden, the education is free. We still pay for it, but it's free. And no one seems to actually care that the Swedish people, if you stay from like the whole basic education, we pay like 1,000,000 Swedish crown for you. And you kind of need to know this, how the European countries actually feel about this, because it's a reoccurring thing constantly. The European countries open up, and then the less fortunate countries just flood in, and they want the same thing as everybody else does. The thing is, everybody else has worked for it. No one has given us anything. It went fast. It's like 100 years or so. And I think they need to kind of accept that. If we never get into EU, this is the kind of country we want to have, to live in, to flourish in. And start today, even if I know it's so hard when you are in a war zone. Everything gets destroyed around you. People are just killed, and you have to have a sense of hope and a sense of faith in something that is getting destroyed constantly over and over again. Zelenskyy is trying to get like on his feet again with his quite young population and young at mine, I would say, and start new projects, starting to build something. He wants things to be fair, like reciprocity with EU, with collaborations with people or institutions. He doesn't want to be saved. He doesn't want to, and I think that is the story I can told you now about Poland and Romania, and it's the same story, and EU knows this very well. We are extremely charitable. Probably not in the future, though. We are starting to kind of bring that back. It's not our responsibility to save everybody, even if we are very kind. He has the obstacle for him is that people are kind of undermining him. They maybe not speak the truth. Maybe there is propaganda going on. Maybe he just feels like something is constantly coming at him. Like when he speaks the truth, people don't want to hear him. Like when he did something, he did it quickly. And what he said, well, maybe I should have spoken about it beforehand. And that is a lesson, obviously. But when he speaks about it, he kind of feels that people undermine him, or that they don't believe him, or that they are trying to kind of come at him from a different, and I'm not speaking about the Russians here. I think they try, but I think it's like his own people. It's like his own country. It's like no one trusts him. He has shown up all this time, but I think he was in a different mindset back then. I think when I first encountered his energy, it was like going straight into a brick wall, and you needed to kind of throw one of the bricks through the wall at him, like very forcefully, obviously, to kind of get it through. Like, you can't have this armor. You need to listen. You need to sit down. You need to be silent sometimes. Like, silence is golden. You don't have to be the one yelling or screaming, or sometimes it feels like people have been really annoyed that he has been speaking about stuff. And it feels like that is his obstacle still. In the past, he stood up for himself. He, in a very forceful manner, he had a Knight of Swords, and that is, I am coming after you, word-wise, and not really think about how I'm saying it. It's a very truthful card. If he had it reversed, it would be like he kind of cuts people's head off. But he had it upright. But he also had a defense card, like he needed to constantly approve, or like yeah, I'm doing the right thing here. My heart is in this. I'm not doing it to destroy stuff or to not move in the right direction. He's not supposed to start anything new. We are still in Mercury retrograde, and like the fire, the spark, the energy, it's no, not this week, at least. Mercury is going direct in 8 days. I think the 11th of August. So that is probably a better time to kind of have the energy popping up. He is supposed to make people feel like he cares, and that I think is Venus in Cancer like lead with your heart right now. Be more softer, be more like feelings, that you really want this. You understand what people are saying, but you have to show that you care. Supported by Temperance, like keep it balanced, fair and just, and because he had the Justice card too, and it's a balance between head and heart, because he had the King of Swords as advice and he had what to do, King of Cups. So he should be very clear-minded, very authoritative, the grown-up in the room. He needs to speak clearly, he needs to tell the truth. It is the lawyer, it's the judge, it's the, like, this is it, this is the structure, he's the one that you always want to go towards when you need to hear it. But he needs to balance that with the King of Cups. Like, he says it because he cares, he says it with compassion and heart. He is going towards the energies of like building something again, like building trust, building projects again, building relationships with people, nurturing his own country. Like, for me, it feels like he's building this picture of what kind of a country he wants to kind of live in, what he wants. If he's leaving soon too, if he's leaving his presidency, what country do he want to have, like the next person? What do he want to have in place? What kind of a legacy do he want everybody to kind of see? And it's not fun to be the, at least I wouldn't think so, but I'm also like Virgo, Virgo rising. I would never want to like leave a country worse than I got into it. I would like to feel like the next person felt, yeah, she did everything she could with the resources she had. She cleaned this up as good as she could have. She put this in order. She had, if I couldn't do that, then at least I had a vision that would help the next person. Like, this is where I want my country to go towards. And then the next person might be the one that have to implement it, but I still kind of did the groundwork. Like, what can Ukraine do? How can it look? How can it feel? How can the Ukrainian people evolve and grow? Yes, I did a reading with the Ukrainian people, I think it was yesterday, and they are becoming more independent. So I don't know if they're actually going to want to be so desperate to be in EU moving forward. Maybe they feel like it's no point anyway. So why should we focus so much on that? I don't know if this is actually going to be written down in the contract that they can't join EU. I don't know. The Russians seem to be weird about that. Because I don't know. I just think that's weird. A weird request. But maybe that is the thing, that everybody just gives up on that thought. That doesn't mean the country has to stay as it is. You can still build upon it. You can still have collaborations with other countries. You can still be a great economy. You can still, without being a part of EU, if that makes sense. Secrets are coming out in the open, and Zelenskyy is going to use his gut more moving forward. He's going to trust that he knows, and I think this kind of showed him that he knew that something was corrupt in his own government. He's working with it. He's there. He sees it. He feels it. He has been through it. He has been stabbed in the back. He has, and for the people to kind of come after him for doing something that he knows intuitively is the right thing to do. He could have done it though in another way, which he has been open about. But he wasn't wrong. He did the right thing. And I think he is going to feel that that is okay moving forward. Using his head, using his heart, being more intuitive, be more silent, be more like, let the truth will come out. Just, you need to let it happen. You need to not be scared of everything being a secret or not going his way. And I think he has felt for extremely long time that everything just was against him, or he needed to shout it out for everybody to kind of understand. Sometimes you just need to let it show. You don't have to say everything. You can hint about it. It's, let's say I say something like 6 months ago. I did say something. Then I just let it go. I don't keep saying it. I show it like, okay, this is it. You can all see it. Then I shut up about it. I have a lot of opinions. I can watch it. I can watch people talk about it. I can kind of listen, make my own opinion. And then after 6 months, it comes out that I was right all along. I can say that I told you so, which everybody around me knows that I absolutely do. I don't think Zelenskyy can, though. I don't think he can have that, well, I said so, attitude, because that makes him arrogant. He just needs to kind of let it be clear to people that he knows what he's doing. He said so 6 months ago. Now it is like out in the open. Now it's shown, and now you don't have to say it. You don't have to have a discussion about it. People will know. If you have told in the beginning, then people know. I obviously kind of say I told you so, but that is just me. Not everybody can do so. So I think he is tired. He has been through it, and this retrograde was not a joke. We are still in it. We have like a week, and he wanted to show us something that we needed to kind of bring up into the light and then work our way through. And I think he needs to build trust again. He needs to build what Ukraine can be without EU. I'm not saying that that is going to be in written form or anything. I'm just saying, if you get into EU one day, it is because EU sees you as like a good economic part of the union. It's not like you want to be saved, or there is no jobs in Ukraine. There are no one can flourish. Everybody just want the benefits from England or Sweden or whatever country everybody wants to go to. And I think that is what they are. They need to accept that, and they need to move forward with that in mind. And that was it, I think.